Hello. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Lillian. So this is Sherene and I. Of course, we have Harpo as usual.
Yes.
Mr. Capricorn man. We're talking about Mercury Retrograde in Capricorn. We'll get into that. This is like literally our 12th time attempting filming this particular video. It is so Mercury Retrograde. Battery issues. There's a maintenance person in the building.
Yeah.
The whole thing is it's just too funny. It always ends up being so literal, especially when I hang out with this woman, I swear.
Yes.
It's a thing. But anyways, let's get into talking about the Mercury retrograde. This is our fourth one of the year. They happen fairly frequently. I call it checks and balances time. Sherene can go into it a little bit more too. And then we'll talk about, what do we do this time around with this retrograde?
Yes. Well, first of all, we should say, don't panic, because even though we did this 12 times, I mean, yes, you have to be ready for some do-overs with Mercury retrograde.
Right.
But there is magic to be had, and there is medicine to be had with Mercury retrograde. And Mercury is, if you think of if you've seen the caduceus with Mercury, you understand that Mercury is definitely he's definitely a potent deliverer of not just messages, but also medicine. So the medicine might be a little more internal now because he's blocking, the retrograde I shouldn't say we still have to stop blaming Mercury. The Mercury retrogrades obviously are famous for the technological breakdowns, like we had just discussed. So you do want to back everything up. Of course, that's a given. But to use it on a more psychological level, it's an excellent time to go inward and review, rethink, retreat, and revamp the Capricorn area of your chart right now.
Right.
So, and if you don't know where that is, we can just talk more generally about Capricorn themes, which we've been under for a while, because we've been talking about all this Pluto energy in Capricorn and the shadow energy of the devil archetype, which that sounds so ominous, but we discussed how the devil archetype, if you think of the devil tarot card, for instance, is more about this thing that has power over us, or we're enslaved by, or we feel like there's this bondage going on in our life. So it's about undoing that sense of slavery to something else, and it's a time to rethink how do we reclaim our authority and our power, our personal power, so that we're not giving it over to someone or something external, especially some external authority that's Capricorn. Kind of like father projections you could think of. And then in the most unconscious form, it's literally our fears, guilt, and shame that run us and make us feel bad, or feel like we need to be punished, or we're being punished, or we should punish ourselves, or we should deprive ourselves. That's kind of the unconscious Capricorn. The higher level Capricorn medicine is being really pragmatic, really grounded, really clear about intention, integrity, and how we use our time. And the deprivation aspect of Capricorn is just used in order to streamline and get us really clear about what is useful in our life, like what we actually want to spend our time on, versus just being Capricorn's definitely not the frivolous sign, to say the least, because it's thinking I don't have time to waste, I don't have money to waste. It doesn't mean you can't spend money or time, it's just that you want to make sure it's in integrity.
Right, exactly. So it sounds like as we get into this Mercury retrograde, and we'll be in the thick of it during the holidays and all that, I feel like you're telling us that it is really a good time for us to really think about how much our relationship to authority and what we give power to. And what we maybe sometimes give away power to as well, right? Where are we wasting our time and power as well? Maybe we think I'm just thinking the devil archetype too. It's we feel like we have to be enslaved to this thing, but it's in our head.
Exactly.
And maybe we can revamp some of those relationships that we have with what holds us.
What has us in chains, around our neck, really pulling the chains off.
Right, so really thinking about that, and then also the wasteful side that you talked about. I know that a lot of us, holiday time comes and you're just whatever, make it rain, I gotta buy gifts for everybody, and there's all these holiday parties, and fuck it, just buy another cake, no big deal, it just happens.
And all the disposable party plates and stuff,
that's
maybe really rethink that.
Exactly.
There's a lot of wastefulness that goes on. And
so it's probably a really good time. I like that. I feel even planning our holiday party for SoFit, I've been really extra mindful about not over ordering.
Yes.
I really don't want to over order and just throw away food and just throw away plates. So I love that this is the message, especially as we go into what can be a pretty wasteful time of year.
Yeah, it can be. And then lastly, we should talk about maybe the physical side of because Capricorn is the knees, it rules the knees specifically, but it's also the link with Saturn has to do with skin, teeth, hair, and bones.
Yeah.
So we've been all on bone broth.
we've been doing bone broth, but like all of a sudden the last couple of weeks we're like extra obsessed. We're like, oh, the gelatin, let's drink those. I don't want to ghost you guys out. I'm sorry for the vegans and vegetarians. My bad. But anyways, but we've been talking a lot about that.
It really does heal the gut.
Yes, it does heal the gut, but also skincare, hair care.
It's also really good for your skin.
Yeah, I feel like, in terms of the self-care stuff with that, we're talking proper nutrition, getting good healthy fats, right? Getting just rest, obviously. Mercury retrograde in general, rest, right? Another word.
Yes.
Rest,
Extra rest, rejuvenate.
Relax, right? Obviously. But, for hair care and things like that, a really great home remedy is castor oil.
Oh, yeah.
So castor oil is really great for your hair, and you can put them on your eyebrows.
Oh,
and
yeah, it's great for the eyebrows.
a little on your eyelashes, too.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And, I use a lot of oils just for skin, just almond oil,
oil it up because
grapeseed
it's
oil.
a dry season.
Yeah, it's very, we're going into very
Capricorn is very dry.
Yeah, very dry, very Saturn, very dry.
Yeah,
so stay warm and stay hydrated.
Don't eat raw food.
Oh yeah, don't eat raw food. Yeah, that's a really good tip.
Unless
actually.
you're like living in tropical climate.
Yeah, cooked root veggies.
Warm, yeah.
Yeah, cooked root veggies and getting lots of rest. And I just feel like lots of oils and self massage and I do a tablespoon of flax oil every morning.
Yeah,
just
that's
to
awesome.
Get all those omegas and all that stuff too. So
yeah.
lubrication inside and out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also for your bones to exercise. I mean, it's just in the most practical sense, right? Speaking of Capricorn, just in the most practical sense, like just exercise, like load your bones.
Yes.
Right? Load your bones, like
build them up.
Yeah, volunteer to take that box for your elder in your family.
And Capricorn rules elders.
Yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of elders, right?
Yeah.
Good time to really look into.
Take care of your elders. That's a good thing to do for the medicine. Like really have reverence for elders, respect your elders spend time with your grandparents or your favorite elders during the holidays.
Perfect timing.
Be very good medicine.
Yeah, perfect timing. I'm really trying to go home and be good with my dad and have some good like quality time with my pops, right? Speaking of father figure and all that
Capricorn
too.
is father figures too.
Yeah, so I feel like there's a lot of ways we can take care of the Capricorn area in our charts during this retrograde. But load your bones. Load your bones, eat your greens. I mean, we should be doing these things all the time anyways. But especially thinking of hair, skin, nails, teeth, bones, knees.
It's good to be more practical now. Think of like what actually the body needs, like what's useful. Like the question for this Capricorn season is Mercury in Capricorn is going to initiate. We'll have the official Capricorn season on the solstice on the 21st, but the Mercury retrograde starts on Monday. And the theme is really going to be about what's useful.
Yeah, what's useful.
What's really useful here.
Yeah, what's really useful here. I like that. So why don't we end on that note?
Sounds good.
And so, do all the Capricorn work, and at the end of the day, really the main message, what's useful here, really looking at what's useful.
Yeah.
Okay,
Perfect.
great. Okay. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for listening, watching, and we will see you soon.